This is Daniel Simon at Baton Rouge Community College. Of course, this week I'll be talking about the History 1113 summer class that some of you, of course, have signed up for the semester. I'm Daniel Simon, full-time professor at BRCC. This week, of course, I'll kind of go into some of the events coming up with this class. I'll mostly talk about week one modules that'll be in Canvas for you to get started for the summer. Should already have some preview syllabus videos out there for you to kind of review the class, look over the syllabus for the semester. I'll probably give you a quick tour later, of course, of the actual Canvas class. But let me go ahead and first look at modules that we have right now. And if you go to, of course, the top in modules, you will see, of course, the Canvas course. There should be different sections in there, like the first top one there you'll see will be Welcome to History 1113 class and preview video for History 1113. So check that out. I have included the announcements in modules as well to kind of help you out throughout the semester. This is a non-synchronous course, so you'll be kind of going at your own pace throughout the semester. I know right now before the semester starts, you should go ahead and start looking at the syllabus. So check out those announcements there. You should see this announcement right here about History 1113 Canvas announcements about the course, of course, right there. And the syllabus is also posted there. You'll see the syllabus all over the place. It's over here on the left too as well. But if you have questions about the course, do let me know now and throughout the semester. You should be able to see that in Canvas announcements. Also, I'll share like the email address too above as well. So Simon D at mybrcc.edu. There should be some preview announcements I've also got about the course. Some of those, of course, are previous ones I've done before, but do check those out also to kind of give you an idea of what the course is like. If you go down that next part, in modules, you'll also see that section there. Canvas announces about History 1113 course syllabus as well. I put it there as well. But I do have a kind of a syllabus review if you want to go back and look through that. That's optional. You don't have to do that. But if you want to just look through the syllabus and the preview video, you can do that as well. But that one's from the spring semester I just did. And then below here, there should be some important announcements I've also got as well. There should be an announcement about the student contract policy page. That needs to be turned in by the first week of classes. It's worth 10 bonus points. So do get that into me by the first week of the course. That does count towards first week of attendance right there. Also, there should be a pre-test you've got to complete as well, which is worth 10 bonus points. That's due also in the first week as well. So that's the main things assignment-wise we have to do, of course, for week one of the semester. We'll have later, upcoming assessments I'll have on various lectures I'm going to have, of course, at the beginning of the semester. Now, if you know about it, I do have a YouTube channel, which you can check out below. Pretty much put all my lectures on there. I think originally I had created this particular YouTube channel for my Veterans Oral History project, but since COVID, I've, of course, put a lot of videos on there. I've got over 500 videos on there, by the way. Got a lot. But if you want to subscribe to my channel, you can. But I do have links down below that are important for the course. So that's my main link to my channel. But I do have like the main playlist I'll have for most of our lectures throughout the semester. Also, there should be links down here. Any student interested in that Veterans Oral History project, you can look at examples of past, projects that have been done before. Also, there's another bonus project that's kind of new. I started doing student historical documentary project. That link to that one's right there also as well. Now, for week one of the class in History 1113, in modules, you'll see this is going to be, of course, the first assignment you'll have during that week. There'll actually be two for that week because we are in an 8-week summer class. But I know the first thing you'll start on will be on week 1, Monday, June 3rd. You'll start with the first lecture on prehistory. These are all pre-recorded lectures already. And the first one is, of course, going to be on the historical background of prehistory and early humans. I do have different versions of the lecture if you want to look at. I don't know which one you want to look at, but it's optional. But there should be an announcement about the lecture right here. And then you have two different options. You can watch, I think it's the original lecture I've got that I've done before. I did have a newer version I've got that just has the PowerPoint slides in it as well. So either one of those. And then after you view the lecture, you want to, if you have any comments, questions about the lecture, do let me know in discussions. You do get bonus points throughout the semester, of course, for the discussion sections. I'll try to add other questions, I think, during the semester to kind of pique your interest in the different lectures. But the points vary. I think it's 8 points for, more concise comments, questions. But it's something brief, like you like the lecture, you're not going to get that many points. But there should be an announcement also about that first assessment. I'll have Canvas quiz number 1. There's the announcement right there about that Canvas quiz assessment that you have to do on prehistory. And then also the Canvas quiz right there, which will be probably due sometime during the second week of classes. I've got Wednesday, June 12th right now, which might be pushed back, but that's going to be, of course, the first assessment you'll have. Now, because, like I said, we're a summer class, we'll have another assessment for that week, which the second one is going to be on the history of ancient Mesopotamia, which I'll go into the different civilizations of Mesopotamia. I know I mostly talk about the Sumerians, the Babylonians, the Assyrians, I think are the main cultures I'll kind of get into through the semester. So you'll see another Canvas announcements about watching those lectures on ancient Mesopotamia. There's actually 2 parts, like a part 1 and a part 2 lecture, which I think the part 1 lecture goes into like mostly the background of Mesopotamia and the Sumerian culture, which Sumeria is considered one of the first major civilizations in history. I'll also talk a little bit about the Akkadian culture. And then the part 2 lecture goes more into later civilizations, like the Babylonian culture, like Hammurabi, Nebuchadnezzar. We'll talk about the rise of the Assyrians. I kind of do briefly talk about the rise of Persia coming in and taking over Mesopotamia. I do have a combined version, if you want to watch that too, which just has the PowerPoint slides in it that I've kind of created. So you can see there I've also got another discussion section too on ancient Mesopotamia. You can start. I'll probably add some questions in there too for you as well, worth up to 8 bonus points. And then, of course, you see on the bottom, I've got the upcoming Canvas quiz number 2 on ancient Mesopotamia. There's the actual announcement on it right here. And then, of course, that one, of course, will be due. I've got Friday, June 14th, which might be extended, but you can see there I've got 2 assessments for you to do, of course, during the semester. So that's kind of give you an idea of, how the course is going to go throughout the semester. It's kind of at your own pace, of course, throughout the semester. But I'll kind of show you a few other things, like kind of a tour of it. I think at the beginning of the semester, you're going to see a bunch of announcements that you'll have up, which I'll show you real quick here. But you should have a bunch of announcements in there already. Welcome to History 1113. I think it's going to be one of the first announcements you'll see. There should be like a preview video you can watch. I think I've got a bunch of those kind of on my YouTube channel. I have. There should be a recorded syllabus review if you want to watch that. That's optional. You can just if you want to watch the preview video, you can do that too. But just make sure you do look over the syllabus for the beginning of the semester. There should be the pre-test announcement, student contract policy page announcement, which are also there as well. Then on the bottom, you should see a few other announcements I've got. I've got announcements about those bonus projects that I've got to look at. So take a look at that. Of course, there's a section on there about the bonus points for discussion, YouTube channel, important links for History 1113, student requests for Chromebook from IT. Like if anybody needs a Chromebook, do let me know. I think I've got some other announcements. Some of these other announcements you're not going to see till later. So I have them later up there about the pre-history lecture and the Mesopotamia lectures. Those will, of course, be viewed later that I'll have, throughout the semester. So just check those out overall. And then also, I've got to the section, they go in the syllabus you see on the left there where that link is, syllabus. You want to go to the syllabus right there, you can look at with that. But the textbook's in there, which the textbook is optional, for the course. You don't have to get it. I mostly use it for the vocab assignments or if you need a reference throughout the semester. But do check that out for that. I think it has a bookstore information and also links to Amazon if you want to buy it there as well. But there should be other sections in Canvas as well you can look at that are there. There should be a section on assignments that are there. You're not going to see a whole lot there right now. I think mostly the only thing you'll see, really if you go to quizzes, probably better. I'll kind of show that right there. But I think I've got just one in there right now, which is the pre-test. I think it's a bunch of quizzes on there right now I've got. But you're not going to see much there, of course, for that. So that should be a link, like I said on the left, you can see there. We go over here. Let me show you a few other things I've got down below here. But like on the left, there should be a link to discussions over here, which there should be like a few on there right now. I wouldn't worry about the ones below, but the only discussion sections you need to really worry about right now is the ones on prehistory and Mesopotamia, at the beginning of the semester right now. So I think we'll have some other ones later. But you have comments, questions about the study guide, that's in there. And then questions about the course, you can see at the top right there. But you also can email me, throughout the semester as well. There should be a section on files. You'll see that in Canvas as well if you want to search for different files in the course. Also, there should be like my YouTube channel. You can see the link to it, which is right there. I don't know if I'll bring that up right now, my YouTube channel, but you can just go to that link I've got that's kind of connected in YouTube. But I think pretty much if you go, one more thing I did want to show you before I go. This is kind of a short video I want to show you. If you go back to modules real quick, there should be a few things on the bottom you might want to look at for later. I did change modules a little bit. Like I put some of the assignments in there, like the assignments for the vocabulary, which you'll have to do by the end of the semester. They'll be due by last day of class, Friday, July 26th. The first three, first, second, third key terms, those are mandatory assignments. And then the final one is just for extra credit. I am doing something different with those throughout the semester. You only have to do 30 terms in each one. So you randomly, you would pick 30 terms, of course, for each one and turn those in for extra credit. Don't forget to also cite whatever sources you use, whether it's encyclopedias or your textbook, etc. I did put the book report in there too. I've kind of put the assignment in there as well, right there. I've already had some other emails already sent out already, but for the book report, make sure you let me know what book you want to do for the semester to read for that book report assignment. I think there's like 2 students per book, but do let me know about that. I did have the study guides in there listed too as well. Each section of those study guides are worth 30 bonus points each. They can be typed or handwritten when turned in. Those are due at the end of the semester, Friday, July 26th. If you have any comments, questions about the study guide, or can't figure out an answer, just do let me know about that also as well. I do have that Veterans Project I was talking about. If you're interested in that, that's a volunteer project. It's not mandatory, but it is worth up to 200 bonus points. If you know a veteran or you're a veteran yourself and you want to be interviewed, you can actually have someone interview. If you want me to interview, I probably could do that too also as well. I do have a video camera, which I'm using now. So I've got that. And I do have a link to, if you want to look at like previous veterans projects that have been done before. I think only one was done in the spring I know of right now, but new one, but you can look at a bunch of examples on that. Now, I was also talking about that student historical documentary project. Do check out that too. That's worth up to 200 bonus points. You can do both if it's possible. You can do both projects. But yeah, there it is right there. That particular one, if you're interested in that one. I think a few students did that one from the spring, like I want to say 3 or 4 did it in the spring. So do check that one out. There is another link too if you want to look at examples of some previous ones that have been done before as well. Both those are due at the end of the semester. I want to say it's Saturday, actually, July 27th is what it should be. Academic calendar, I do have that on the bottom to check that out also as well. And I do have my office hours listed pretty much at home during the summer. I'm not on campus, during the semester. So in the summer, so mostly via email. If you want to meet me via Zoom or something like that, we can do that or whatever. I prefer email for everything, but I do have contact numbers below, but mostly cell number only, of course, for that. So that's kind of a little background. I kind of went into the course real quick also as well. But like I said, if you have any comments about the course, do let me know. Of course, my email right above. So that's pretty much it for now. I'll kind of be sending these previews out during the semester. I'll have a week 2, I guess, coming up later. I'll do for that. But like I said, if you have any comments, questions, do ask me in discussions, or also, of course, you can email me as well. So y'all take care and have a great summer semester.